Primetime.
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 Primetime. That's the name.
Primetime.
Primetime.
What time is it? Showtime. Primetime.
It's XL Primetime, featuring Joe C.
And then he couldn't fire his glutes later.
Matt Hayes.
His balls are different in person.
And Leon Searcy.
So they were smelling themselves.
Oh, my gosh.
With no deal.
Oh, I like where we are right now. That's for sure. We're in the cool comfort of Lifetime Flooring. I always say this whenever we show up at Lifetime Flooring. If I've got shag underneath me, I'm a happy man, okay? I got a little shag carpet. It's the thicker pile, which is what you're looking for. And they got so many other things. Lifetime Flooring, Lifetime Enclosures, Big Sir. So you ready to roll?
Yeah, it makes me feel lighter when I walk on it.
Yes.
You know? I feel bouncy.
Yeah, you need that extra little bit of cushion underneath.
Yes.
A bit of a sound killer as well, along with the shag. Listen, you got to get a thick pile. You know that as well as I do. But if you look around, Lifetime Flooring is right here on Phillips Highway. We would love to see you. We'll be telling you all about the deals that they got going on. A big deal on Saturday. They got some BOGO opportunities. And then, like we said, right behind us, we're kind of the showcase store right here on Phillips Highway. And then right behind us, the Lifetime Enclosures set up. And in between these two, your dudes are outside as well, ready to hook people up.
Oh, yeah, my guy Jake Moore, Moore's Barbecue, and Papa Moore, they're out there with the food truck.
Yeah,
amazing food.
So they're ready. They're cooking up some goodness, but we're cooking up some goodness as well. We hope that you guys will drop by. AEW tickets that you could register for, which you would love to see AEW at Daly's Place. That's coming up October 8th. And you got all the other great things that we'll be telling you about today with Lifetime Flooring and Enclosures. So, Big, as we get our show going today, Matt Hayes, I think he went to check the college football playoff model with the committee. So he's doing that with his USA Today sports work. He'll be back tomorrow, but you and I are holed up here. T-Champion's producing us here. JJ back at JJville, so we're ready to go. But if anybody's rolling up and down Phillips Highway, just a little south of Bay Meadows, drop on by and say, hey, the biggest storyline, just kind of following what Jaguars Today was talking about just a second ago, is going into this game against the Houston Texans, and all of Duval knows this. You have got to figure out a way. They're basically the behemoth, okay, at the top of the AFC South. Not only have they won this division back-to-back years, you can't beat this team for whatever reason. They got a little win streak going against the Jags that has to stop.
Well, bro, they own the deed to our house.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's basically you know what I'm saying. We're renters as far as they're concerned. I mean, they've come into Jacksonville and they've dominated over the last half a decade. They were 7-0 here in Jacksonville.
Yeah, and I believe 8 of the last 9.
Yeah, 8 of the last 9. So I mean, you've got to do something. You got to put a stop to it. I mean, if this team is going to go where it needs to go this season, you've got to win your home games, and it starts with this home game. We took care of business with the Carolina Panthers. Now we got to take care of business. Listen, you go undefeated or you lose one at home, and then you go on the road, you go 50-50. That's playoffs. Yeah. That's the way you got to think. You've got to win your home games when you're given the opportunity, and against a division rival. Right. This game. We lost to Cincinnati, and it sucks because it was an AFC team, but it wasn't within the division. Your quickest way to the playoffs is to win a division. It starts with Sunday beating Houston Texans. Yeah, get above 500 in the division if you can as well. And look, you can't map out a certainty playing Tennessee. You can't say you're going to go 2-0 against them because this team only won 4 ball games last year. Thank God they had Tennessee on their schedule last year. But you've got to look at it and say, Indy, we kind of figured them out. We put the Colts curse on them. They've been able to beat Indy. Rarely have they swept Indy, and we know they haven't swept Houston. So those are you got to get that formula right. You got to also remember this too, Joe, is that I've been in this situation. I've been 2-1. I've been 1-2. It's good for your psyche when you're 2-1. Yeah. When you're 1-2, the coffee sucks. Yeah. Everybody gets on your nerve. Yeah. You feel like you're climbing. But when you're 2-1, that's when you're 1-2. But when you're 2-1, you got a little feel about yourself, a little energy about you, a little momentum about you. And then to do it against a division rival even helps you even more. Yeah, especially when you consider what they got in front of them, okay? They got games on the road. They got the Kansas City Chiefs at home on a Monday night. All those things that when this season began, you're looking, wait a minute, man, are they going to go out and play San Francisco straight up? Well,
with Brock Purdy out and Mac Jones in, you got a chance. With the run game that you got, with the takeaways that you force, you got a chance. All right, so kind of deal in that realm right now. And we always say the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures, this is the place that brings it to you. So you can hit the text line at 641-1010 and let us know that vibe, that feel, that gut that you got as far as what it's going to take to win this ball game. Do you have them in the win column? Do you have them beating up on C.J. Stroud with the pass rush or picking him off with the takeaways that the secondary has been able to manufacture through the first couple of games? Let us know. 641-1010. Hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Now, we got other games to get to. We got a little Thursday night action tonight in the National Football League. We got all of our college ball to talk about, high school ball that we will get to with Justin Barney a little bit later on. But Florida grad, Miami grad, as you watch us on the YouTube stream. So Florida v. Miami. JJ, have we had bets before when it comes to Florida v. Miami on XLP? I'm sitting here trying to remember.
Like between the boys?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
No, we never have.
Because thankfully I didn't bet last year, or I would have lost to both of you Canes. But do we need to do something, sirs?
Absolutely. You know what? And
I'll take all the points
Joe,
I can get.
Wait a minute. Wait,
Oh, so this isn't a straight up
It's
bet.
not a straight up bet.
Of course it has to do with points.
Oh, come
no.
on, bro.
Listen, I'm
You
a
know what?
desperate man.
Hey, but this is what I want to say to you, Joe. I appreciate you. You know why? Because all your other former football alumni,
Yeah.
they've been ducking and hiding.
They don't even want to talk about
I've been
it?
texting them. I've been calling them. Come on the show. No, sir, I got us this year. I don't want to talk about it. I said, bro, this is a rivalry week. I mean, I don't care how good or bad the other team is.
Yeah.
Florida is still going to fight.
Yeah. I'll give
You're
you
not going to win, but you're going to fight.
Right. I hope they fight. And defensively, that's really what I think most Gator fans are kind of pinning their hopes on right now, is that defensively they will bring the fight. Defense does travel. They can go down to South Florida. They have seen Carson Beck before. They have been able to get to him. The Caleb Banks injury, just as soon as you got him back in along your defensive front, he goes down again against LSU. So that is a bad break. But the defense has allowed 2 offensive touchdowns through 3 games.
That's pretty good.
And yet they are 1-2.
Yeah.
And so if they can go down there and play and at least keep it close, we'll see.
And listen, I've been on teams where the offense has struggled mightily and the defense has held par.
Yeah.
I mean, just for the in the locker room alone, the offense needs to play better.
Yeah.
I mean, because there's dissension. Because if you're a defense that Florida's been playing, they've played defense well enough to win games.
Right.
And offensively, you have it.
No.
So there's dissension in the locker room for sure until your offense get back on track.
Now, I need to ask you this other part, because we had Shannon Snell on with us yesterday, All-America lineman at the University of Florida back in his day. He's now a decorated pitmaster. But he said yesterday that the locker room was already a little divided against DJ Lagway. I can't, that's a serious situation.
Well,
and this is what we would describe as unintended consequences of the NIL. You knew it was going to happen. Certain guys were going to get money in locker rooms that was going to upset other guys.
Well, listen, you pay the cost to be the boss.
Yeah.
All right. These players have to understand now that you're playing, you're no longer amateurs, you're professionals. And you're going to be looked upon that way, even in your own locker room. Because if you're making all this money and you're not producing, I mean, guys are going to be giving you the side eye.
Yeah.
I mean, because DJ Lagway got what, $4 million, something like that,
big
somewhere in that
number.
nature,
Yeah.
and he's not playing to it. I mean, he's got to, or guys going to be saying he's stealing.
And the other thing is, not only are they saying he's stealing, is that he went through the entire offseason dealing with injuries, and as a result of that, Billy Napier said, "Sit down. You're my star. Take care of yourself. Get healthy. We don't need to see you right now. Let's see you later." Well, so nobody saw him. And now they've seen him, and now they're saying, what the H is going on? So it's not a good situation at all right now when it comes to that program. We got plenty of other college ball that we want to get into, your top 25 matchups. I don't know whether Auburn's got something against Oklahoma, but this is a rematch, or actually not a rematch, but Jackson Arnold, the quarterback for Auburn, seeing his old club in Oklahoma. And then you got the Heisman favorite, John Mateer, going up against War Eagle. So there's a few other ball games that we will get into today and have a little fun with. We would love for you guys to jump in on it, so you can hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures at 641-1010. Let me tell everybody what's happening here, okay? You stop by Lifetime Enclosures. You take a look at everything they got going on. They've got so many things when it comes to home improvement. The the replacement windows, front door options, along with all the flooring, the carpet, the tile, the wood that you can ask for. You can even see the coating that they have on the sidewalks outside. 35 years of service here to Jacksonville and the surrounding areas, with a big event coming up on Saturday. And don't forget, you can drop on by and register for AEW tickets when they come back to Daly's Place on Wednesday, the 8th of October. So we got plenty to get into. We roll until 2 o'clock this afternoon. Hopefully you guys will drop on by. Joe C., Big Sirs at Lifetime Flooring.
XL Primetime is driven by Duval Ford.
Get ready to go viral with us.
Jeff Prosser and Dan Hicken on the Swamp Sessions podcast.
It's No Holds Barred, live streamed on the 1010XL social channels right after every Gator game.
From Voodoo Brewing Company.
Driven by Atlantic Infinity.
Food that's good for you can taste good too. Flame Broiler has protein-packed bowls to fuel your day. Introducing their new chicken avocado salad bowl, made with romaine lettuce, rice, cabbage salad, and topped with a delicious house sesame dressing. It's a bowl full of goodness. Eat in, take out, or catered. Flame Broiler is easy to enjoy. Come in Monday through Sunday for happy hour 2 to 5 p.m. for a chicken mini bowl and drink for $6.95 plus tax. 5 area Flame Broilers to serve you.
Joe C. for Hard Rock Bet football season is here. You've been waiting a long time, and now you can get in on the action. The NFL season underway. College football already a couple of weeks in. Log on to hardrock.bet. A $5 winning bet. You'll score an extra $150 in bonus bets. That's a winning bet and a boosted bankroll. That's how you kick off the season. All at Hard Rock Bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
He thinks he knows what he's talking about.
Of course.
Find out if he does.
Is there anything else we need to know?
Catch CBS Sports senior NFL writer Pete Prisco every Friday afternoon on The Franchi Show. Brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles.
Jags fans, this one's for you. If you've got MyGate rewards, you're already in the game. But now you've got a shot at the ultimate prize, meeting QB1 himself, Trevor Lawrence, at Everbank Stadium with 3 friends by your side. With the MyGate Rewards Gatorade Club, every 5 Gatorade items you purchase equals 1 entry toward your chance to win. Stack them up and score big. See store for details. Gear up for the season. Gates got you.
Hey, Jacksonville DDH. Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here with the scoop from Dreamfinders Homes, your national builder of the year. We've got first-year interest rates as low as 2.99% and homes in 20-plus communities throughout Northeast Florida. If you're house hunting, make sure your first pick Dreamfinders Homes, the proud official home builder of the PGA Tour, the Florida Gators, and your Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit dfhsalesevent.com today and tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you.
Reclaim a pain-free life with Rebound Rehab. If you've been injured or simply feeling the effects of an active life, you can rely on Rebound Rehabilitation to get you back in the game. Sitting on the sidelines isn't any fun. Trust Rebound Rehab's team of trained physical therapists to get you back up to speed and feeling full again. Now more convenient than ever. 11 locations to serve you, including new offices in Riverside across from St. Vincent's, Point Meadows, and Middleburg. Just log on to reboundrehab.com to see all they've got to offer.
Jacksonville, it's football season, and Duck Duck Rooter is proud to be on your home team. As a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, we tackle plumbing, septic, and air conditioning problems with championship-level service. Keep an eye out for our custom Jaguar wrap plumbing vans rolling around town. They're hard to miss and always ready for the next play at your home or business. With thousands of 5-star Google reviews and the only master septic contractor in Northeast Florida, trust Duck Duck Rooter to keep you in the game. Call 904-862-6769 or visit duckduckrooter.com. Duck Duck Rooter, when you're stuck, call the Duck.
You've got a circle of friends, right? Well, how about a circle of beer? All your favorites like Bud Light, Bud Heavy, Mick Ultra, or Natty Light. It's all there in the cold case at Circle K. Probably one right around the corner right now calling your name. Slide on in to a Circle K.
Hey, Niall Lawrence Stample, national champion and owner of NLS Cleaning here, where we offer pressure washing, gutter cleaning, and paver sealing, plus window cleaning. Football season is back. Get 20% off your first service when you mention this ad through September 30th. Call 708-8802.
When storms start to crop up in the Atlantic or Gulf this time of year, having a solid plan to handle anything that sweeps through the first coast is very important. That's where American Electrical comes in. Ensure your home's safety and comfort with an American Electrical home generator. As the area's leading home generator dealer and installer, American Electrical can offer you easy installation, simple maintenance, and peace of mind. Schedule an assessment by simply calling the team at American Electrical. They'll walk you through the best generator for your home or business. Log on, american-electrical.com.
Our slogan, Know Before You Blow, applies to more than just DUI cases. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett of Lockett Law. Battery charges can result in jail time and criminal convictions too, so know before you blow a gasket and hit a loved one or a stranger. Drug crimes like possession of marijuana and cocaine will land you in cuffs too, so know before you blow. In a boating under the influence case, you also have the option to blow or not to blow. So know your options. Know before you blow. Go to knowbeforeyouBlow.com now. Offices Jacksonville.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focus, fueled, fearless, Farah. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
All right, we are rolling along. Beautiful Thursday. You know what I forgot to do, and I should do it since we've had lunch served to us. I completely forgot, but I'll raise this microphone just for a little bit and go, completely forgot my Corona call on a Thursday. But as the tray of goodness has been brought to us, and Tanya, and of course, your dude.
Yeah, Jake Moore.
Yeah.
Moore's Barbecue.
Yeah, and so Jake comes rolling in, and then Tanya comes. And Tanya kind of, her and Jeff, there's plenty of other people that are involved here at Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring, but she's making sure that we're set up, and then they were back there getting it right. And then what did he tell you he brought you? Did he bring you baked beans with what?
I think it's called apple pie baked beans, bro.
Whoa.
So you got to try the apple pie baked beans,
and T-Champ, who's over here with us, Tommy Champion, he's like,
bro, we got all kind of protein.
Yeah, look at all that other goodness.
We got turkey, we got sausage, we got brisket. Yeah, we good.
So drop on by, because we are right here at Lifetime Flooring and Enclosure. Their open house is coming up Saturday, and you can definitely check it out. You can book a free home, in-home estimate, get an additional 5% off on top of all the other discounts that they offer for the military, seniors, educators, healthcare professionals. Make sure you drop on by Lifetime Flooring, and if you can do it this weekend, you can definitely save with their Saturday, October 20, or excuse me, wait a minute. I want to make sure I have that date right. Look at that, T-Champ. Let's confirm that and make sure that I got that. Yeah, because I got to make sure I got that date right. Sometimes I look and I make stuff up from time to time, and I don't want everybody to come rolling in here. It seems to me that September 20th would make sense if it is this Saturday. So we'll confirm that.
Yeah.
All right, so let's confirm a couple of other things. What has to happen in your mind for the team to be successful? I did the Campo and Joe podcast with Coach earlier today, and you can find that on our social channels, and then he'll be on with us tomorrow. But I'll just borrow from what we talked about, Leon. What you saw the first couple of weeks with the run game has been pretty good.
Yeah.
Keep building off of that bad boy.
Yeah, I mean, listen, just don't self-implode. Don't be your own adversary, all right? Because, I mean, what you did in week 1 against Carolina, what you did for the most part of the game against Cincinnati, you ran the ball effectively.
Yeah.
You protected well. You played solid on defense. You got after. You got turnovers. You got sacks. You held the momentum for the most part. You converted on third downs. I mean, you were early on in that game, you were like a machine.
Yeah.
Just don't be your own worst enemy as far as the silly penalties. I mean, this is stuff the penalties we had against Cincinnati is stuff that you do on walkthrough. You go through walkthrough, you work on the movement. I mean, because schematically, offensively, we got a lot of moving parts. So you got to make sure you're set. You got to make sure you're set when you're moving in motion and all that kind of stuff. And then the fall starts and all. But I think that if we eliminate the stupid mistakes, the penalties, and play like we played the last couple of weeks on both sides of the ball, I think we'll be fine. I mean, this Texan team, I watched them against Tampa Bay.
Right.
They can't run the ball. C.J. Stroud, whether he's under pressure or is not under pressure, he's not as accurate as he was maybe his rookie year. You can get after this offensive line. You can stop the run, make it one-dimensional, and you can run on this team. You can absolutely run on this team internally. How effective we've been internally running the football.
All right, so one thing, just from in the locker room and in the meeting rooms, how do you eliminate penalties? Are they in your ear? Are they roasting your big behind for making mistakes? Or are they just saying, hey, this is how we got to do it? Because those illegal shifts and illegal the penalties on the offense, my gosh, man, they're negating a lot of big plays. That's got to stop.
Bro, we had 4 of them.
Yeah.
We had 4 illegal shifts. I mean, come on now. I mean, that's mentally you got to be more involved in it. You just got to know when to stop, when you're in motion, when to stop before the ball is snapped. I mean, we're talking about training camp stuff that you shouldn't have to ask somebody not to do this late in the game. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if the coaches are going to make a point of emphasis on it during practice,
right?
But as a player, I mean, you just got to be more sound at that. You can't beat yourself, especially when you're moving the ball effectively like you have been.
Yeah. Do you buy into Liam Cohen when he said maybe I introduced too much too fast?
No,
I agree with you.
They're paid professionals, bro.
Yeah,
they're paid professionals. Get in your book. Spend some extra time. If you got to work on it after practice, work on it after practice. Make it a point of emphasis. You can't have those kind of silly mistakes with games on the line.
I'm with you. All right, off the text line is I'm a lifetime enclosures. Does Leon have any concerns, as I do, regarding our O-line against the Texans pass rushers? They didn't just beat up the Bucs O-line. They beat up Baker pretty good, and that is true. Baker looked like he wasn't running for his life, but he certainly had to manufacture a few plays. And then one or two times he took off running, and, boy, they barrel rolled him a couple of times.
Yeah,
and it looked like he was hurt, but he's one tough son of a gun.
They did, but here's the thing. I mean, the run game is the neutralizer to the pass rush. If you find yourself in second and short, third and short situations, you don't have to worry about passing the ball. They've got a formidable front four that gets after it pretty good. But if you're running the ball effectively, you're converting on third downs, you're in second and shorts and third and shorts. I mean, that's the one way to neutralize the pass rush, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I feel like the short passing game, if you can get – because remember, both Bashal and Etienne were able to find little pockets of success with the little swing passes. Dude, keep doing that. That will slow down. You got Daniil Hunter, Will Anderson Jr., you got design safety blitzes, D'Amico Ryans, and really his defensive staff. They're going to try and do whatever they can to try and dial it up against Trevor.
Well, there's another thing that we should be concerned with. Because we have a quick passing game, I'm sure this is what they're telling them to do defensively. They're going to start jumping. They're going to start jumping at balls. So they're looking to get tip balls, to get interceptions. So it's incumbent upon the offensive line to make sure that when these guys jump, you got to lay them out.
Yeah.
You got to make sure that because if they're not getting to the pass rush because the ball's coming out so quick, they're going to start jumping and try to tap balls. So you got to understand that going into this game, and you got to cut those guys when they jump.
All right, I'm looking at a couple of other things as far as some of our texters with storylines, and one thing is Derek Stingley Jr. against Brian Thomas Jr. Let's just say he draws that assignment. First off, Derek Stingley, when you take a look at what he did this past week, he was on Mike Evans 29 of 39 routes. This is 33rd team that put this out. 9 targets for Mike Evans, 3 receptions, only 36 yards, passer rating less than 47, and that is a hell of a job against a Hall of Famer in Mike Evans. So Derek Stingley Jr., you just know this. Somebody has to have some success against him, or maybe have him take one of your big weapons away, and then somebody else has got to get going.
Oh, well, he's going to take away our number one.
Yeah.
But our number one has to act like a number one. He's got to go out there and get the ball. He should want this challenge. Derek Stingley is one of the, 5 best cornerbacks in the league?
He's a really good player.
Absolutely. So if I'm BTJ, you got to answer the bell, especially after the way you performed the last week. So and to apologize to your team, you got to be successful in this game. You have to.
Now,
because you had 12 targets last week. Only had 4 catches. What was it, something like that?
Yeah. Well, the total is he had 1 catch the week before, so that sounds right. Yeah, 5.
Yeah.
And you all right. Apologies? Does that have to happen, or just a conversation in the locker room?
No. I don't need an apology. I just need you to go roast them.
Okay.
I want you to go roast the Texans on Sunday. Apologies, taken.
That's how you apologize,
That's
right?
it. Absolutely.
I want to know whether he can get over it quickly, or is it going to take some time? None of us know the answer to that, but I do feel like if he can get in traffic, make a catch early, take a hit, turn upfield, do any of those. A singular play might be able to get him well.
I agree. Absolutely.
It might.
And if I was Liam Cohen, the first play I would call a quick slant right through the middle for BTJ, and let him catch, like you say, catch and run.
Right.
Because the narrative is that he's scared to get hit. So you've got to wipe that slate clean as far as the narrative goes. You got to get it to him in the slot quick slant and see what happens.
And then if you're Trevor, like, bro, get the ball to him quickly, okay?
Yes, please.
Don't sit there for a second and see if there's an open area. Feed him fast, and if you can do that, like you said, he'll be able to keep the wheels turning, get upfield, all of that. Now we go back to the Bucs game against the Texans Monday night, and they were able to design, run, and come up with stuff for Bucky Irving. Rashad White came in there a little bit later, also made some plays for them. So both of them were able to get it done. And if you can do that, then you're going to be able to control the situation. You're going to be able to control the clock, keep C.J. Stroud on the sidelines. Those types of things will help keep that pass rush a little bit at bay. That has to happen.
Well, I mean, Tampa Bay's offense is comparable to what we do. The quick pass game, the gap blocking, all that kind of stuff, and they had success with it. So, I mean, that's a page that we've got to take out of our own book and play against the Texans, because we've seen that Tampa Bay had success with it, so we should have the same success with it, I think.
All right, another one of our texters on the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Bucs O-line didn't have their starting left or right tackle. Tristan Wirfs was not available, and they were moving guys around. And really, actually, both Houston's offensive line and Tampa had to deal with guys being subbed in there. This is how good, who is it? Jason Light is the GM down in Tampa. And they took their starting center and moved him to left tackle.
Yeah.
Is it Graham Barton? Is that who it is?
Yeah, they moved him to left tackle.
Like it was nothing. And so that's the type of drafting and developing that you need to have. Think of what they have done. They drafted Tristan Wirfs the first year Tommy was down there, and they turned Tampa Bay into Champa Bay, and he started at right tackle. Then they moved him over to left. Then they go and get Graham Barton. They say goodbye to Robert Hainsey, who's starting here now. That's drafting, bro. That's what a good front office does.
And if you're not a perennial All-Pro, you got to be a utility belt.
Yeah.
You got to be able to move and maneuver when asked.
Yeah.
I've never a center go to left tackle. Come on now. That's the last time I remember that happened. And shoot, he's a Hall of Famer now, Bruce Matthews.
Yeah, and that's the type of guy that he cross-trained.
Yes.
And whatever you asked him to do, he would move over and do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and look, those are they got the aptitude to know every position and every line call. And especially, I guess maybe a center can do it maybe more than others because of the fact that they're making all the line calls. Is that part of it?
Yeah, but I mean, to go to being a center where you've got guys around you to go out in space, man, that's not an easy task.
Yeah. You got to have good feet.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so week one, Walker Little was at home. Week two, he was on the road. We know that he struggled a little bit against the noise, against Trey Hendrickson. Now he's coming back home, right back to the scouting report. He's got to handle the Will Anderson Jr.'s, the Daniil Hunters of the world. What are they saying to him in practice right now as far as, hey, let's just get a little more of this, a little less of that?
Well, I mean, listen, I don't think he played bad against the Carolina Panthers. I thought he held his own. And on the road a little bit against a formidable, Trey Henderson. I mean, he struggled a little bit. That had to do with the crowd noise. Now you're back home. You shouldn't have those same struggles. I don't think, because you don't have to deal with the crowd noise and the silent
I agree.
and stuff.
Yeah.
So he should be fine, I hope.
Yeah.
I mean, because Daniel Hunter is no joke.
No. Daniil is a little bit older, but he still is.
Yeah, he still brings it.
Yeah, and Will Anderson is just now into. Is it his third year now? He was Rookie of the Year 2 years ago, I believe. And so he's a guy that obviously is one of the rising stars at that position. And then you got a couple of big beef eaters inside, as you call them, furniture movers, and you got to deal with them as well. All right, so you guys keep it coming on the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. I do need to know this, though. This was asked off the text line. Question for Leon, and you're going to have to answer this after the break. Which tastes better, Auntie's cookies or the apple pie baked beans? Okay, you're going to have to let us know here in a second.
I'll let you know.
Because, listen, we ain't messing around with Auntie.
No, we don't.
Listen, as good as these could be, I don't think you're going to.
I got to choose my words
carefully.
Carefully, yes. Yeah.
All right, we'll do that coming up. You guys keep it coming. 641-1010. Hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Don't forget a big open house right here at Lifetime Flooring and Enclosures this Saturday. You can mention 1010XL when you come in, book your free in-home estimate. Get an additional 5% off for mentioning 1010XL on top of all the other discounts that they offer. We're talking military, seniors, educators, healthcare professionals. Just make sure you drop on by and take advantage of all they are offering. And renew the look, the feel, the vibe of your home with Lifetime flooring and enclosures.
XL Primetime, driven by Big #1 Duval Ford, elite service for elite companies.
I'm Chris Campione. Veterans have given so much in the service of our country, but when it comes to legal challenges, you shouldn't have to fight alone. At Campione Law, we're here to help veterans like you get the support and compensation you deserve. Whether it's a workplace injury, a personal injury claim, or navigating a veteran's disability claim, we'll stand by your side every step of the way. Your service to our country matters. Let us serve you with the dedication and respect you deserve. Call Campione Law for a free consultation today. Campione Law, fighting for veterans, fighting for justice. Visit CampioneLaw.com.
Campione Law. This is your escape. This is your next adventure. This is Mazda, and this is Mazda at the Avenues. Lauren Brooks here. Right now, purchase any new Mazda model, and Mazda at the Avenues will match your down payment or your payments for 1 full year. Plus, every new Mazda comes with 3 years, 36,000 miles of maintenance at no additional charge to you. This is luxury, and this is the start of something new. This is Mazda at the Avenues. For complete details, call 904-430-8047.
Are you an experienced chiller technician and looking for a role where your skills are truly valued? It's time to make the move to Local 234 plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. You'll get top pay, comprehensive health and welfare benefits for your family, and a pension that doesn't come out of your pocket. Join the team that's got your back. Local 234, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit UA234.com to send your resume today.
Equal opportunity employer. Attention ladies! The Ladies Florida State Championship is returning to Best Bet Jacksonville from September 18th to the 21st. Highlights include a World Poker Tour Mega Satellite, a free Q&A session with the Poker Hall of Famer and First Lady of Poker, Linda Johnson, and Women's Poker Hall of Famer, Jan Fisher. It includes the $300 No Limit Hold'em Ladies Championship Tournament and the $200 Kings and Queens No Limit Hold'em event. Don't miss this action-packed weekend. For all the details, visit bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Looking for your new favorite hangout this football season? Try Voodoo Brewing Company in the heart of San Marco. Locally owned and community-focused, Voodoo Brewing serves up award-winning beers, scratch-made upscale pub fare, and laid-back vibes where everyone's welcome. For live music, trivia nights, and all the football action this season, make Voodoo Brewing Company Jacksonville your new favorite spot on San Marco Square.
This football season, Hurricane Grill and Wings is your game day getaway. Catch every play with the perfect drink in hand. Handcrafted cocktails like the Millionaire Margarita, Spicy Guavarita, Old Fashioned, or the Red Bullerita. Beer more your style to watch the games? Enjoy an ice cold Bud Light. Game day cocktails and Bud Light specials are here all season long at Hurricane Grill and Wings. Find a restaurant near you at hurricanewings.com.
Jags fans, arrive on time. The smartest way to get to the bank on game day is the JTA's Game Day Express, sponsored by the Jacksonville Zoo and Gardens. There are 5 pickup locations. Get your $10 pass on the MyJTA mobile app. Visit jtafla.com for details.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you about letting things roll off of your back. So often we can make big deals out of things that are not really big deals. We can allow them to steal the joy of our day. But let me remind you that don't allow anyone or anything to steal the joy of today. Go out today not letting little things steal the big things that God has in store for you.
For more inspiration, log on to stjohnthedivine.com.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative. If you have a school, team, or group that would benefit from a team store, you're in luck because we now offer team stores. Check us out at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all. 1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. We know what cool sounds like? XL Primetime. But what does it feel like? Find out at FloridaHomeAC.com. 1010XL.
Hanging out on a beautiful Thursday. We say thanks to Lifetime Flooring for inviting us in to get on top of the shag. You got Lifetime Flooring with wood, tile, all the carpet. It really doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're sprucing up your home, updating it, if you're looking at anything else, they can handle it for you. And, of course, enclosures as well. They got all the different things that you want when you're looking at refurbing your house, doing some new things, add-ons, additions, whatever it might be. Drop on by Lifetime Flooring and Enclosure. Don't forget their open house this Saturday, as it will be cranking here. Mention 1010XL. You get that extra discount on top of all the other discounts that they got going. And you can drop on by and register for AEW tickets, which will come up October 8th at Daly's Place. So definitely do that. I don't know if you can say this just yet, Big, but the question was posed in the last seg. Question for Leon: which tastes better, Auntie's cookies or the apple pie baked beans? You're shook right now.
I am shook right now.
You're sweating more than you were a minute ago.
Yeah, my love for Auntie.
And Auntie listens too.
Auntie listens to the show too. We won't get no more cookies, bro. You know
I'm trying to protect you and me right now.
Okay.
It's a tie.
Let's call it a tie.
Okay, it's a tie.
All right.
It's one of those preseason games.
I love you, Auntie. I love you.
Yeah, you get to the end of regulation. There ain't no overtime in exhibition. We ain't messing this good thing up. That's for sure. Yeah, TLD a long time ago. The lovely Diane. I said, she made spaghetti. What is it? And she borrowed my grandmother's recipe. And I was saying, this is so good. I said, it ain't quite as good as our mama's. And then that was it. That was a mistake.
Oh, she never cooked it for you no more.
She never cooked it.
Oh.
Yeah, just a mistake.
You
Should never do that. Don't do that.
You knew better.
All right, compliment both of them. All right, 641-1010. Hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. You guys can jump in on the Jag subject. We need to get back to a few of these that we've been talking about. But we've been talking about the streak that the Houston Texans have against this team. We haven't talked too much about the hit that Trevor had last year. That is going to be a big part of this, man. When Alshire is back out on the field, every Jaguar fan in the stadium, everybody watching wants to see somebody put a shot on him. You know that. How do you handle that?
Yeah, I mean, as an offensive line, I mean, when they go after your quarterback, of course, you're going to take it personally. I would take it personally. I mean, it happened a year ago. You say you want to forget, but you don't forget. You want to do whatever you can. First of all, you don't want to try to get them so bad that you
take yourself out of your own game.
Yeah, you take yourself out of the confines of what's more important, which is winning a football game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if I'm playing, I'm gonna tell you what I do. I'll walk by them and I'll say, "Hey man, keep your head on the swivel. Watch your back." I mean, I would. Let them know. Let them know if I got a shot on you and you peekaboo, you're gonna get hit. That's all.
Yeah.
Mind games. Anything that you could take him out of his game in some capacity, where he's looking over his shoulder, do it.
Right. And he's going to try and protect his turf because he knows all eyes are on him. They're all coming at him. They're going to hear it in the stands. They're going to hear it. He's going to hear it on the field. And so, I wonder if there will be an opportunity. But more than anything else, the best way to deal with him and them is to beat their A.
Yeah.
That's it.
Listen, because you said what we've lost 8 out of the last 9.
I believe it's 8 of the last
9. I mean, because this team owns us, and if you should take that alone personal and more than the shot that this team is coming into your house, and it's owned your turf. So that would be more troubling to me. I mean, I would take that a little bit more personal. Yeah, what he did to Trevor was a cheap shot, and can't be allowed on our turf, but I would be more troubled by the fact that we can't beat this team at home.
Yeah, and I think the main message that Liam Cohen has already sent to this team, challenging all of them in different ways, challenging his coaches in different ways, and then what he did on the sidelines with Trevor this past Sunday was everything's got to be better. Okay, do your job and do it well. It's one thing to say do your job. It's another thing, do it right, do it better than you have done. And that's all he's trying to do, man. He's trying to get him to reach a little further, do a little more work like you described earlier, and get better results.
Yeah. Well, whatever you think you've done is not good enough. This team, I mean, this is only week 3. I mean, you haven't arrived. By no means have you arrived. So I don't have any problem with Liam Cohen, what he did with Trevor, what he does with any other player. The expectations, the level of play has to rise week after week after week. You can't be the same player week 1
that
that you are in week 3.
Yeah.
There's got to be elevation.
Yeah.
There's got to be elevation. There has to be increased intensity. There has to be increased in film work and determination, all that kind of stuff factors in. If you're the same player week 1 and week 3, then you're doing this team a disservice.
Yeah.
Because you need to be elevating week after week after week.
Yeah, I love that, and that's basically, I think, what this new trio of talent that's running the show in the bank is Tony Baselli saying, hey, this is what we need to be about.
Mm-hmm.
This is how consistently we need to be professionals on a daily basis. He understands what winning looks like. He's a Hall of Famer.
Yes.
And then Jimmy Gladstone's is basically saying, out with the old, in with the new. If you start adding up all the guys that he shipped out for a variety of reasons, and we can go down the line with all those, either they were too expensive, they weren't productive enough, or he found better guys to replace them. So he's done it all. And then Liam, the third part of this is like, we're going to be better on Sundays because of how better we are in practice.
Yeah, because you want guys to be driven, okay? You can't teach them how to drive. They've got to be driven week in and week out. They've got to look at teams, and I'm just relating this to myself.
Right.
In my era. I was week after week after, I didn't care who we played, they were in the way. I don't care. The namesakes didn't.
That's a great way to put it.
They were in the way. I don't care who it was, whether I was with the Steelers or was with the Jaguars. Whoever we had to play week after week, we looked at them as they're in the way of what we want to get to. And what we want to get to is a championship. You got to look. Now it's cliche. It's week after week, game after game after game. But you got to have that kind of approach. You got to say that team is in our way or where we need to go. And we got to do whatever we need to do to make sure that they get out of our way.
Yeah, and honestly, the results on the football field have already improved. I know the results on the scoreboard haven't improved because it was a game they could have won this past week. They weren't able to put it away. There were a variety of ways to put it away. They didn't do it. Dropped by Diami, dropped by Brian Thomas Jr., not being able to stop them on 4th and 3 inside their own 20-yard line. Should you have kicked it? You can argue that. You can argue all kinds of things that they should have been able to do to close that game out.
Here's the thing. The one good thing about that is that loss is that adversity could teach you more than success.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not. When I say about that is that you can learn from those mistakes that you made in Cincinnati that'll prepare you much more for this game against the Texans. Mm-hmm. I don't know how we would have played if we were 2-0 had to play the Texans. I didn't want to lose.
Right.
But I'm saying you can learn more from those mistakes that you made in Cincinnati because we should have beat that team.
Yeah.
With a Browning at quarterback and Joe Burrow hurt, we should have beat that team. We didn't. So now we learn from that mistake, and then we make sure we don't make those same mistakes against the Texans. And if we do that, we'll walk away 2-1.
And all basically what you're trying to figure out is how to get back to where you were. This team was the AFC South champs in 2022. At the end of that year, they were able to come from behind in a bunch of ball games and win them, and then ultimately extinguish what was then the Titans trying to take the crown, and they beat them. And then since then, they hadn't been able to really, at the end of the year, get a sniff of the division. And so a 9-win team has won this division 3 years running. And so if you can get over on the Houston Texans, especially this game at home, you can change your fortunes quite a bit, I believe, going forward. All right, we got to get to the Thursday night football game tonight. What's in the mind of Tua Tagovailoa down there? He said earlier this week, he said, I can't do half of what Josh Allen can do. As a starting quarterback, should you be saying that?
Well, it's facts. I mean,
it is facts.
He didn't have to say that. We've seen it on film.
I know, but should you be saying that out loud?
No, you shouldn't be saying that out loud. You don't give your competitor any kind of clear-cut advantage. We see that on film that you can't do that. Right. But you've got to be a little bit more productive he's completing 72% of his passes.
Yeah.
But he's got 3 touchdowns, he's got 3 interceptions. It's just that offense, it has no fluidity because it can't run the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
And they got some decent talent down there.
Yeah, they do.
Jalen Waddle got in the end zone last week.
Did.
They got 2 or 3 running backs, A-Chain and company that can get the job done anyway. They go up against the Bills tonight. Broken nose from Josh Allen. We'll see how he does. He's wearing some kind of have you seen it? Some kind of nose visor.
Really?
We need to ask Gio about this. It's like just a cover plate over the nose to protect him a little bit more. I'll see if I can find it.
Check that out
and show it to you. All right, we'll keep it going on the Jags. We're going to slide over to college football coming up in just a little bit. Connor O'Gara, he of Saturday Down South. We're going to look at Florida, Miami, look at all the other big ball games. You smell an upset this Saturday, you can hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. We would love it. How is Florida going to go down there and compete? Well, Gator fans, you let us know. You got an idea? There were some that texted us last week and said, hey, they're going to be in that game against LSU, and they were. They really were all the way down to the end. They just couldn't score any points. So let us know how that's going in your mind, that's for sure. Stop on by Lifetime Flooring and Enclosures. We'd love to see you. It's XLP, Joe C., Big Sirs. You can register to win AEW tickets here at Lifetime Flooring, or make sure you're out here Saturday for their big bash as they get ready to show you all the things you can do to soup up the experience at your home. Lifetime Flooring and Enclosures.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. Fall is here, and so is Prize Picks. You know what that means. It's time to play and win with America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with more than 10 million active members. All you do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch your winnings roll in. Will Bijan Robinson have more or less than 79.5 rushing yards? Will Daniel Jones have more or less than 215.5 passing yards? It's just that simple. But here's the best part. PrizePicks offers an injury insurance reboot. If one of your players leaves the game in the first half and doesn't return, PrizePicks won't count it as a loss. PrizePicks invented FlexPlay, which means you can still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. And all PrizePicks withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. Download the PrizePicks app today and use promo code 1010XL and get $50 instantly when you play 5. That's $50 instantly when you play 5 with the promo code 1010XL. PrizePicks. It's good to be right.
This year's playoff road rides through the 904. Last season's AFC South champs take their first shot at Trevor and the playoff-hungry team in teal. It's back at the bank for a big one against a division rival. Jaguars Texans, Sunday at 1 on the home of the Jaguars. 1010 XL.
Cowboy. This is Hayes Carlion, here from a driver who made the smart move to buying a vehicle from Atlantic Infinity.
Hayes, this is my second Infinity, so I knew exactly what I wanted. And Atlantic Infinity made it so easy for me. The GM Dwayne had my new ride ready to go, and I was in and out of the dealership in about 30 minutes. The Atlantic Infinity promise just sealed the deal for me. It's $2,500 in added value, including roadside assistance. I am so happy with my new car.
Atlantic Infinity, Atlantic, near St. John's Bluff.
I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick. We're a 4-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year and right now make over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition or student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, your only cost for the books and the course fees. About $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org and you can apply there.
Apply by November 6th.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On September 18, 2004, Maurice Jones-Drew of UCLA rushes for a school record 322 yards and 5 touchdowns in the Bruins' victory over Washington.
Watch football this season in downtown Duval at Pour Tap Room Jacksonville. 2 floors, 15 TVs, a giant projector, 80 self-pour taps of ice-cold craft beer, wine and cocktails, plus a full bar, wings, burgers, and more, and pizza delivered to your table from Pizza Dynamo. Downtown at Laura and Forsyth. Pour Tap Room Jacksonville. A beer festival every day.
Lauren Brooks here for Terminix. When pests invade your home or business, you don't just need them out. You need them out fast. And you need to keep them out. At Terminix, they'll show up for you and eliminate pests quicker, just like they did at my house, because they care about what matters most to you. When pests show up, so does Terminix. Don't live with a pest problem, Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule a free inspection online. That's TerMinix.com. That's right, Terminix it.
Hidden Hills Golf Club on Monument Road has a little bit of something for everyone. So whether you want to practice, play, or just relax with friends at the Hills Grill, Hidden Hills is the place for you. Check us out at hiddenhillsgc.com.
Hey folks, Mike Dempsey here. You've heard me talking about Pella Windows and Doors. With great ratings and expert reviews, you know they're high quality and energy efficient products. So what's your next step? Schedule a free consultation at PellaJacks.com or just stop by the Pella showroom on Phillips Highway. Their professional design consultants will guide you through your entire project from start to finish. And that's the quality and service you can expect from Pella Windows and Doors.
Hey, bro. Weirdest thing is happening at the game. This guy sitting next to me says, "You're our good luck charm. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown." Now his entire family wants to buy me Bud Lights. I think I'm some kind of a football prophet. Talk soon. The team needs me.
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
I know you love sports. So why not take that passion and make a difference in your community as a volunteer coach with the YMCA? Whether it's soccer, basketball, volleyball, or flag football, the Y is always looking for positive role models to help kids grow in both skills and character. Even if you've got no coaching experience, that's fine. We'll provide the training. Step up, give back, and be the coach that makes a difference. To volunteer, visit your local Y or fcymca.org.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
When I was in Miami, we practiced with him his rookie year. So even watching him in practice back then, I was super impressed with him. Great arm, great athlete. And I think the kid's really a good leader, a smart football player too. So I've been impressed with him throughout his career. We played them when I was in Green Bay last year too. So yeah, I think he's a really good football player, and I think they have some tough dudes on the offense, some physical guys, and some guys I've coached against in the past that I have respect for, just from coaching against.
Anthony Campanile. Mm-hmm. And he's your defensive coordinator, and he's talking about C.J. Stroud. And Campanile, remember, from Miami under Vic Fangio, then up to Green Bay, and then now here in Duval. And he's talking about, you know, what he has seen from him. And look, C.J. Stroud can deal. He gets hot. You have to apply some pressure, but you also cannot get him out of the pocket. You need to apply pressure, hurry his throws, but then make sure on the back end you're sound as well.
Yeah, I mean, he can also beat you with his legs too, scrambling ability. You know, getting out. But you want to harass him and keep him in the pocket. He makes dynamic throws when he's rolling to his left or rolling to his right.
Yeah,
and some when he's in the pocket. But what I've noticed the last two games and watching film on him, that he's struggled with or without pressure.
Yes.
So,
I'm glad you said that because I was going to bring up the third and fourth down plays against the Bucs.
Yes.
And that might have been a good enough ball for Nico Collins to go up and get. Nico's already a big target to begin with, and it just really went off of his fingertips. And it was just a little too much from CJ. Then he comes back. They go for it fourth down to the other side, the back corner of the end zone, and he sailed that one basically.
Yeah.
And so that's the accuracy you're talking about.
Yeah, he's struggling. These last couple of games, he's struggling with guys wide open and guys when they get pressure or he doesn't get pressure. So, I mean, that could be to our advantage, especially. I mean, if you put him in the position where he has to make plays and he has to stress and they can't run the football, then, that plays right into what we want to do defensively.
All right, one more from Campanile as we're hanging out here at Lifetime Flooring talking about Devin Lloyd. Do you think we will see – I'm going to get you to answer this question, but he so far is being asked about trying to get Devin Lloyd in a position on the edge where he can do more as a pass rusher.
All the way back through when you watch him in college, I remember evaluating him in college. He's a big body, in general, but he really is blessed with a skill set to pass rush. And he's physical when he does blitz. You know what I mean? I think he takes pride in that, takes it personally when he comes downhill and blitzes, and I think he's done a pretty good job with that to this point in the season. And to be honest with you, he works at it hard. He puts extra effort into that, watching tape and doing extra stuff. Even with Coach Lukabu after the practice, you could see that every day. So he spent time and done a good job that way.
Now, if Matt is off with the USA Today work, USA Today Sports work today with the College Football Playoff Committee, but he would be the one screaming right now, go, he needs to rush the passer. You know that's what he'd be saying.
Absolutely. I mean, and Coach is right. Well, this kid was a dynamic player at Utah. Rushing the passer, interceptions, tackle for loss, forced fumbles, all that. He's a disruptor. You got to get him in there in some capacity where you're running twist game, you're running cross dogs, you're running stunts.
Right.
You got to. You're talking about a kid who's 6'4", 235. You know, who's an athlete. You put him on the edge against an offensive tackle, that's a nightmare. That's all day nightmare, especially with the offensive line that Houston has. With silent count, and you got Devin Lloyd outside pass rushing, 6'4", 235 coming off the edge.
Well, the beautiful thing will be for Devin Lloyd, just him personally, is it if he does have a rebirth this year, because it is a contract year, they didn't pick up the fifth-year option on him. They are saying goodbye, but it's an opportunity for him to basically announce to the rest of the league, hey, I can do this, this, and this.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't want to give away, but I mean, him in Pittsburgh in that 3-4 defense.
Yeah, don't you do that?
I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out.
Don't
there.
you do that?
He's auditioning. I'm just telling you, he's auditioning. You already said he's going to be gone. I'm just saying if you put him in that kind of but yeah, I mean, you got to utilize the kid. You got to utilize him. It's a contract year for him. I mean, he's auditioning for 31 other teams. 31 other teams.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got to factor that in, that he wants to have an impact on this team as much as possible. So put him out there on the pass rush and giddy up and let's go.
All right, you heard Anthony Campanile talking about both Devin Lloyd and what he's seen from C.J. Stroud. You guys let us know what you're thinking. Hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. We say it all the time. We say it a little extra special today because we are at Lifetime Flooring and Lifetime Enclosures, and they can take care of you, ready to take care of you when it comes to anything remodel, brand new homes, whatever it might be. You can come here, pick out your floors, be it tile, wood, carpet, whatever. We love the shag underneath our feet right here. We're a couple of dudes just enjoying the shaggy carpet in the back of the Lifetime Flooring showroom. So drop on by. You can head into the Lifetime Enclosures area and check it out as well. Don't forget, this Saturday they got the big open house, and they'll offer you an extra 5% off already great savings. Just mention 1010XL when you come in and check them out. Let's get into the 1 o'clock hour, staying on your Jags, but also get into some other big college football matchups. It is XLP, Josie, Big Sirs, JJ hanging out with you.
XL Prime Time, driven by Duval Ford. Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser start the week by giving the ball to the best back in Duval.
And off, Fred Taylor.
Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein and Robbins DUI Defense Firm and Monahan Jewelers on 1010XL.
Call 904-500-COOL. Ideal Conditions.
Do you trust the diagnostic you just got for your AC? Call Ideal Conditions now to get a free second opinion with a limited time offer of $50 off repairs of $300 or more. Just mention this station. For a limited time, we're doing $79 one-time AC tune-ups as well.
Call 904-500-COOL.
Honk if you see us. Call for service.
Ideal Conditions.
IdealConditionsJax.com.
David Lane here, and once again, I'm happy to share news of my success with back and knee surgeries at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. Whatever it is that's bothering you, take it from me. Simply set an appointment today at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist and let them help you get back to normal life. I'm certainly glad I did.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
Soft takes are boring. That's why I dropped the hammer on the Frangie Show. I'm Hayes Carlion. Listen for Hammer Time with Hayes, weekday afternoons on 1010XL.
Hammer Time with Hayes, driven by Kia on Atlantic.
Come visit the best sports restaurant in town. That's Big Dogs in Orange Park, known for great burgers, huge wings, pizza, salads, and special nightly events like trivia and karaoke. You'll all love it at Big Dogs Restaurant in Orange Park.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
I
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville. You're on-road, you're off-road, now you're on the water. Greg, tell everybody what Coach and Honda is offering in the form of boats.
We've got the Honda boat, which is a great runabout fisherman. We've got the Coach boats. They're fantastic for getting out with a family. Nice lay-down beds, all with that legendary Honda motor on.
Check them all out. They're waiting for you. You can see how you can be on the water with Honda or with Coach pontoon boats. Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic near Regency.
Expert Automotive on St. John's Bluff Road has some of the highest Google reviews in Jax for a reason. Expert Auto never sells greed, only what you need. All makes and models are serviced at Expert Automotive. This month, get an alignment inspection for only $19.99. Expert Auto does major engine and transmission repair and simple maintenance. All services done at Expert Auto by our ASC certified training technicians. Call today, 374-3373, and ask about $50 off any service. Expert Automotive. We never sell greed, only what you need.
When you head out for a night with friends or going to the big game, don't forget the best game plan to win the night is to designate a driver and guarantee a safe ride home. Hydrating between buds is the best play you can make. Bud Light, reminding all to drink wiser.
Attention men and women, if you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry and receive a free hair and scalp examination and get 2 weeks of laser treatments for free. Call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Hairforme.com.
Hey, it's Rick Ballou. I just upgraded my home with fantastic floors, and the experience was incredible. Rusty and the team brought the showroom to me with their at-home consultation. The whole process was simple, the installation was top-notch, and the results, absolutely fantastic. Take it from me. Don't wait. Visit fanfloors.com and schedule your at-home consultation today. Fantastic Floors, where every step is fantastic.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm RJ Saunders Ford, 1010XL. This update brought to you by Kuhn Flowers. Vernon Maxwell, the electrifying guard whose UF career was defined by on-court stardom and off-court controversy, has had the final 2 seasons of individual statistics restored by the University Athletic Association and now ranks as the #1 scorer in Gators basketball history, as well as the #3 all-time scorer in the Southeastern Conference. Right now, 87 degrees at 102, time in 10, brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
Oh, having a good time. Beautiful Thursday. We let go of that Corona call earlier. Just fired up for being here at Lifetime Flooring and Enclosures, the food truck. Your dude out back served up some greatness. Is Jake
Moore? Yeah, Moore's Barbecue.
Yeah, and so he served up some greatness. So we've been having a good time in here. You can drop on by Lifetime Flooring and Enclosures, XLP with Joe C. and Big Sirs. We are hanging out here until 2 this afternoon. So if you could drop on by while we're here, you can see everything that they've got. I told you I'm a shaggy man. Okay, I like a good shag carpet. I have it up in the sports lounge. and TLD's got the beautiful wooden floors, so you can see it all: the tile, the wood, the carpet, whatever it might be, right here at Lifetime Flooring and Enclosures. And then register to win those AEW tickets. And if you can't make it today, make sure you come on out on Saturday with their big celebration. A nice little opportunity to see all the good stuff they have with their open house. 35 years of service here to Jacksonville and all of Northeast Florida. All right, so we are hanging out. We're talking Jaguar ball. We're going to shift it to college. Connor O'Gara from Saturday Down South coming up here in just a bit. We got some off the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures that will chase us back to the Jaguars talk. We will do that coming up in just a bit, but then also a little college ball, because I asked the question, what is it going to take as far as Florida to compete in a game against Miami? Okay, these two teams are rivals. They are in-state rivals. They don't meet every year like they did back in the day, but they're still rivals. And you're still talking about a team that whooped you in the swamp just a year ago. And now Florida, how much pride do they have left in their body going down to South Florida to prove that they can do something against the Canes?
I mean, they're going to play tough. I mean, it's got my man JJ got JJ scared this game for whatever reason. JJ just not feeling this game.
Not scared, but I don't think it'll be
concerned.
I don't think it'll be a blowout like everybody's talking about.
No,
I think it'll be very close. I think it'll be a 4-quarter game.
I think it's going to be a close game. I don't think Miami's going to blow them out, because I think that Billy is going to have to play the Lagway strengths. Your offense, you got to run the ball in play action. You got to you got to take care of the football. That's the first thing I would be telling DJ Lagway. You got to take care of the football. You can't have 5 interceptions in the game. You just can't go out there and freelance. You got to stay within the streams of the offense. Don't turn the ball over. If you don't turn the ball over, you have a chance at any football game. If you turn over 5 times, you absolutely have to. Forget about it. So, I mean, I think Florida's going to come in the game and they're going to try to establish the run. They're going to play action. They're going to dink and dunk. And they're going to try to steal possessions away from Miami. And Miami's going to try to come in, run the ball effectively, take their shots. I believe with JJ, I think it's going to be a close game until the 4th quarter. Yeah.
Well, the Reuben Baines of the world, the guys up front, the Austin Barbers and everybody else for Florida along that experienced offensive line, they're going to have to deal with him. And they're going to have to figure out how they can neutralize and make sure that if you are going to give DJ Lagway a little bit of time to make a good decision, you got to be good up front. And we'll find out whether that can happen or not. Remember, this is the stat we repeated earlier in the week, and this is a saucy nug, unfortunately, for Florida fans. Right now, DJ Lagway has thrown more interceptions than 130 FBS teams.
Saucy nugs.
And he did it on a Saturday night. He had 5 Saturday night. 130 FBS teams have less than that as a team. So that has to change. Here's one of our nooners off the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures, of the classic Billyisms. Which one do you think rears its head Saturday to a close loss? Special teams, penalties, clock management, all of the above. It could easily be all of the above.
On a few things.
Yeah, it could be all of the above, bro. At this particular, but it could be all of the above. I mean, and for all those years that you've made fun of the fact that we can't sell out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're gonna sell out, and we're gonna be loud. And we're going to make noise. Well, listen, and we're going to wreak havoc on y'all.
And there's going to be a lot less Gators there than there were about 3 weeks ago.
Yes.
And I'll definitely tell you this. There were plenty of Gator fans that were making the trip down into the 305. They were looking forward to it. Just get on 95, head south, and get down there and have yourself a big time. Hit South Beach. You can go anywhere you want and have a good time. Looking forward to what you would hope would have been a close ball game. I can think of, and you guys let us know. Because at least one a Gator fan that I was talking to, diehard, he's going down there with a group of 4, and just the tickets alone was more than $1,000. Okay, and so then you got to do everything else. You got to, if you're going down there, stay in a hotel, tailgate, and partying. So let us know if you had purchased your tickets, if you have sold them, or you are keeping them, and you are going down there. Let us know. 641-1010.
Being a sweet guy myself, I just wouldn't even understand that. Having to buy tickets, and me and Leon just living in the suites.
Oh,
he is spoiled.
Yeah, he is spoiled.
Yeah, him and the Whisperer, they're both spoiled.
He can't go back now.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
I can't go back to the old life.
No, you can't go back to the old life now.
I knew he would finally understand sweet level. And whenever I would tell him sweet level, it's a whole different
It's next level, yeah.
It is. It's so good. It's so, yeah, he's now experienced it with the Whisperer. And it's a great scene. But there will be Gator fans down there. There are plenty of them in South Florida.
Of course.
But yeah, Hurricanes are right now chomping at the bit to see if they can't deal one to their rival. And you know what? It kind of brings me to one thing, because I bet if we looked at the rosters of these two schools, there are probably more states represented outside of the Sunshine State than ever when you were playing. Is that fair to say?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
yeah.
So let's just fire up the ukulele, JJ, if you don't mind. I just want to do this one right now. Okay.
Let's go!
At the very least, just listen to the ukulele. It'll put you in a good mood, especially if you are a Gator wondering what's going to happen. But let's go from the Atlantic to the Pacific. Oh! With a delicious Mexican lager, a delicious cerveza, found in Baja, imported by surfers. For those who live life, anchors up. Enjoy a delicious Pacifico. Now, I need from you, big search, when we look at Florida and Miami, one of what used to be the great rivalries annually in the Sunshine State and in the world of college football. I am looking for the high schools that have produced the most players in the NFL that made the kickoff rosters. Does that make sense to you? In other words, they opened the season as part of the 53-man roster.
This season.
Okay?
This season.
Yeah, this season. Okay, so I'm looking for the top 3 high schools that produce the most players opening 2025 opening week. They were on rosters.
American Heritage. St. Thomas Aquinas. IMG.
What about Northwestern?
That's a good one. Northwestern or Central. Shamadad, Madonna.
You're hitting all of them, bro. You're hitting a lot of good ones. So let's narrow it down to a city. Can you narrow it down? Instead of the school, can you narrow it down to the top cities? Just take one or two more guesses. Again, we're looking for the top 3. Top cities, if you can give me that.
Okay, Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
Miami-Dade.
Okay.
And I don't want to say Hollywood. West Palm.
All right, so those are all great guesses. So I'm going to try and break it down for you right now with our Pacifico, because I was blown away. Look, we know we kick out top talent. There is no doubt about it that this state, but Texas is also well represented. Okay, so I'm going to show you this just so you can see it. And by the way, you nailed all the high schools, the IMGs, the Chaminads, the Northwesterns of the world. The high school cities with the most NFL teams. Bradenton, Florida.
Wow.
Bradenton has 20 NFL players on current rosters. The next one was Atlanta, GA. Them and Miami tied at 18. And then after that, it's kind of sprinkled in here. I just want to hit a couple of them real quick. So 2 of the top 3 are from the Sunshine State in Bradenton and Miami. Then you go down. Tampa has a dozen. Let's see here. Fort Lauderdale has 10. You mentioned them. And then look at little old Jacksonville. Jacksonville is tied with your hometown, Orlando, with 9 players. That is pretty damn cool. And then Plantation, because you mentioned them as well. Plantation has 9 also.
I'm sure Ocala is right behind that.
Others being mentioned. You'd have to
We had Drayton Florence, and we had Dante Culpepper.
Yeah,
I think that's
true.
about it.
But yeah, these are the opening days. And so real quick, those are the ones that had the actual cities. Then you mentioned IMG. There are a total of 17 players from IMG that are on roster.
I mean, that's almost not fair because they take kids from all over the country.
Well, yeah. But and you're right. But it does go, like, heck, they took Josh Lambo when he was a kid and raised him through there and plenty of other ones. But IMG has 17. So then you mentioned American Heritage. They have 9. St. Thomas Aquinas has 9. Let's see the next state school. That's really it of the top 6 or 7. Anyway, that's rare air right there.
It is.
That's pretty good stuff. All right. Let's say hello to Connor O'Gara coming up here in just a second. We'll talk a little more about that game and plenty more. Lifetime Flooring and Enclosures. That's where XLP is hanging out today.
XL Primetime. Driven by Duval Ford Mobile Service. Game-ready service right to your driveway. Get a look behind the throw with Denny Thompson.
Yeah, I want to tell you what's really happening at the quarterback position.
Denny Thompson is the quarterback whisperer. Friday mornings on The Drill, revved up by George Moore Chevrolet and Tyson Sound and Security on 1010XL.
Southside Kia is now Kia on Atlantic. New name, new location, same great deals. And we're ready for you. We're going all out with end of summer savings. Like new Kia starting at $20K. Plus, make no payments for 90 days. Or you can even hit the road with financing rates as low as 0. It's not too late. Online at KiaOnAtlantic.com. Kia on Atlantic, your coastal Kia connection. For complete details, call 904-250-0587.
Jacksonville, get ready to spice up your night at One Night Taco Stand every Taco Tuesday. Enjoy their mouth-watering tacos for just $3.49 and all day, every day, 2-for-1 house margaritas and 2-for-1 daiquiris. Find fresh Mexican street food, stiff drinks, and fun vibes at One Night Taco Stand with 3 Jacksonville locations in Mandarin, Orange Park, and Southside at Bay Meadows.
Get ready for the football weekend by hanging with Lauren Taylor and Tommy Mack as Helmets and Heels is live from Big Dog Sports Restaurant in Orange Park this Friday from 2 to 4. Come see why everyone says Big Dogs has the best wings in town.
Wick, a candle bar, is celebrating 6 years this Friday through Sunday. Enjoy 15% off your total purchase at both San Marco and Jax Beach. Come celebrate 6 years at Wick, a candle bar.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? You have questions? Call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
La playa is Spanish for the beach. If you can't remember that, the word Corona also works. Corona, La playa awaits.
Helmets and Heels is returning to Vegas. If you're heading out for the big game, join us at Circa Resort and Casino this October for a Halloween weekend football getaway, featuring Circa room discounts and a huddle up for everyone in the teal and black. Meet Helmets and Heels Friday night, October 31st, then hit the Circa Stadium Swim with temperature-controlled pools and a massive betting screen. For Circa room discounts and more information, visit the 1010XL webpage or circalassvegas.com/huddleup-up.
Hi, I'm Mac with Baker Glass. If you've got fogged up windows, let me help. We'll replace them with clear, insulated units that brighten up your home. People say we're fast, friendly, and reliable. Just check out our Google reviews. Call me today. Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Why does it feel like July in here?
Don't let a broken AC turn not so hot September into sweaty season all over again. Duck Duck Rooter is Jacksonville's most trusted plumbing, septic, and air conditioning company. Visit duckduckac.com.
Big Chief Tire is always looking for ways to better serve the Jacksonville community we call home. Lauren Brooks here. Starting Monday, June 16th, they are opening their 6th shop location in Mandarin, providing more Jacksonville residents with a locally owned auto repair business that they can trust. Visit the new shop on San Jose Boulevard today for all your vehicle needs, including brake repair, new tires, and more. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 to schedule an appointment today.
Rick Ballou for Coy Dental. That's right, Carlson Dental is now Coy Dental. Dr. Lee has been practicing there for 9 years, has purchased the company. The Coy Dental team still has the same great dentists and staff. And remember, if you get nervous visiting a dentist, don't. There's never a problem at Coy Dental with light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation for all your restorative needs. Coy Dental, located in Bartram Park.
Kuhn Flowers announces their home holiday decorating team is now taking orders for the holiday season. This is Max with 1010XL. No more hassling with tree buying, untangling, and hanging burned out lights. Call Kuhn Flowers. They'll do it all.
1010XL, presented by Farrah and Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farrah doesn't flinch. Now, another great guest on the Checkmate Coatings phone line.
Hello.
Your floor's missing piece.
We love talking college ball, especially with this dude. Connor O'Gara from Saturday Down South joins us. Joe C., Big Sirs. We're hanging out at Lifetime Flooring and Enclosures. And, Connor, we will just start with you're missing a great spread, bro. Leon, tell him what we got right now. Okay. We have brisket, turkey, hot links.
Yeah.
How about
apple pie, baked beans, bro, mac and cheese.
You're missing all this, bro.
You're missing all of them.
That's not fair. Like, you guys didn't have to start off like that. It's bad enough that you talk about it. I can't even be looking at you living vicariously through this as I'm on the phone with you. So, like, this is tough for your boy. Who, look, let's be honest. I just finished lunch and I already feel like I want a second lunch and I want exactly what you guys have.
Oh, yeah, because it is good. It's tremendous, that's for sure. All right, listen, let's get into some of the big ball games. We have been talking a lot about Florida, Miami. As you can imagine, Sir's a Hurricane Hall of Famer. I'm a Florida grad, and right now kind of licking the old reptilian wounds. What do you think of Florida, first off, in such a after a lot of hope, Connor, such a miserable start?
Miserable. I think last week playing out the way that it did for DJ Lagway and Billy Napier was maybe even worse long term than the USF loss, just because of the decisions that DJ Lagway was making. And, we could say, how healthy is he? Does he have a rapport with his receivers or whatnot? That was a guy who showed up for a big-time game, a winnable big-time game, because Florida's defense has actually been pretty solid to start off the year with only 2 offensive touchdowns allowed through the first 3 games. And you watch DJ Lagway throw 5 picks, where by the end of it, he's just throwing it up for grabs, and he's just lost at that point. And, that to me is just the biggest indictment so far for Billy Napier, is that he's the play caller. DJ Lagway is out there throwing 49 pass attempts and not, for whatever reason, giving the ball to Jaden Baugh down the stretch in these games. And that comes back to the head coach. This was the guy who was your savior. This was the guy that kept you in Florida for this season. And instead, you're seeing it play out the way that it has so far, where he doesn't look like the savior. He looks like a guy who's very inexperienced and is still unbelievably talented, but has a long way to go to kind of handle the gauntlet that awaits, which obviously includes this weekend against Miami.
So, Connor, let me know what you think about my Canes. Are we just a very good ACC team, or are we a title contender?
I think this week is really going to tell me everything about it. I was not a person who was high on Miami coming into the year, so I'm not willing to go there and say title contender just yet. I think as impressive as that week 1 performance was against Notre Dame, like, Notre Dame is struggling defensively post Al Golden. Like, I don't need to tell a Miami grad that, Al Golden knows a thing or two about defense. He just does. And I think they're struggling to figure out who they are in this era with Chris Ash. So I don't want to totally diminish what Carson Beck and the Miami offense did in week 1. But to me, this is going to come down to whether or not they can consistently move the football against the Florida defense that I think is really respectable. I think they have a lot of potential up front, especially with a healthy version of Caleb Banks, to be able to hang with Miami in the trenches, a very experienced Miami offensive line in the trenches. To me, if Miami comes out and it's just off to the races against this Florida team, that's going to show this is a real national title contender. Now, Carson Beck was seeing ghosts for a good amount of this game last year against Florida. It's a very similar Florida defense to the one that made that game a dogfight. So I think that if Miami is in more of like a back and forth type game, and this is, Miami needs to convert late third downs to be able to hold on, I would probably push pause in the national title conversation and say, let's see what it looks like the rest of the way in the ACC. But they're the clear favorites right now.
We're talking with Connor O'Gara. You can definitely check out his stuff on SaturdayDownSouth.com, a great podcast to listen to that he captains as well, and you can find him on X. So who has impressed you the most then coming out of the first 3 weeks? You can even go back to week 0 if you want. We already have one of our Seminole fan right here.
Seminole fan right here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Who's impressed you the most in your mind? Give us 2 or 3.
Well, I will say I was calling Tommy Castellanos Scrappy Doo during the offseason, and I've been saying this for a little bit now ever since he just dominated Alabama. I think he might be Scooby, so I need to include Tommy Castellanos and this Florida State offense in that conversation with who's impressed me the most. But Also, Oklahoma. I think there were a lot of people, myself included, who saw what John Mateer did at Washington State last year and thought, okay, that was impressive. Will it work in the SEC? And obviously this is the SEC opener for Oklahoma, this huge reunion game with Jackson Arnold. Like, it's just such a juicy game from a storyline standpoint. But John Mateer is sitting second right now in the Heisman odds behind only Carson Beck. And he's done that because he's been as advertised. He looks like he's in full control of this offense. He's so good as a runner. I mean, he's basically a running back out there. And the things that he can do to be able to change how teams defend Oklahoma, it's important. He's not going to have to put up 35 points a game because of how good that defense is with Brent Venables. So I think Oklahoma, even though they do have a gauntlet schedule that awaits them, I think they've been really, really impressive so far, and they've definitely passed the eye test.
So, Connor, the front runners are preseason Heisman Trophy candidates. Caleb.
Klubnik.
Klubnik.
Yeah.
Lenore Sellers, DJ Lagway, Arch Manning. Why are they struggling so mightily?
It's a great question. I tend to think, and this goes back to a theory that I've had for a little bit, and I'm trying to get this trademarked, but I've been unsuccessful in that endeavor so far. Friends don't let friends bet on preseason Heisman favorites. It's just, in this day and age, it's so hard, I think, with an 8-month offseason, with all the NIL opportunities that are thrown at you. I mean, we're seeing Arch Manning on every other commercial as he's holding on to a 7-3 lead against UTEP in the third quarter. Like, it's just rough. And that scrutiny just ramps up so much more for these guys. And we saw it play out last year. We really did. I mean, quarterback play, mainly in the SEC, was disappointing after this offseason of hearing so much about this guy, and even Jackson Dart, who ends up being a first-round pick and had a lot of people singing his praises in the offseason. Like, he struggled down the stretch in games last year, and ultimately that kept Ole Miss out of the college football playoff. I just think it's hard in this day and age to handle everything that's thrown at you, and I would almost rather have a guy that's got something to prove. And, Carson Beck is one of these guys that had something to prove. I think you look at someone like Dante Moore at Oregon, who, felt like he very much had something to prove coming into this season. He's playing really good football. John Mateer, same sort of thing. So I just think it's a lot tougher when you're the more decorated guy coming into the year and you've got a private jet NIL deal and you've got this company and that company. There's just a lot more to deal with in this day and age for the decorated quarterbacks.
Yeah, it's crazy. Dante Moore, that's just another plug-and-play guy. Mm-hmm. And Dan Lanning is a defensive guy by trade, but he still is kicking out some great offensive guys. We're talking with Connor O'Gara. You can definitely find all of his good work at SaturdayDownSouth.com. A couple more for you. So the biggest statement that's been made by really 3 weeks into the college football season, the biggest statement that's been made, Georgia over Tennessee, A&M over Notre Dame, maybe another one you might throw up there.
I'd still say, maybe this is unpopular, I still say what LSU did at Clemson, it matters. And I know that Clemson is 1-2. Don't tell Dabo that they've got 2 losses. He'll just tell you that he's got 2 rings. There's no point in arguing that anymore. But, I still think that mattered because of what LSU showed defensively. That was such a loud statement from one of the most scrutinized units of the 2020s, and understandably so. I mean, they've just been a shell of their former selves during the 2020s on the defensive side of the ball. And for them to come out and look as good as they did, where they just got guys that are getting free rushes all over the place against a very decorated Clemson offensive line, very decorated Clemson quarterback in Cade Klubnik, to me, that still was such a loud statement. But A&M going into South Bend and putting up 41 points, and doing so with late-game heroics from Marcel Reed. Everybody always puts A&M into the 8-4 category, and understandably so. That's the type of win that can get you over the hump. They got a lot of things to figure out defensively. I trust Mike Elko to be able to do that, but to me, that was such a loud statement for the Aggies to be able to win a game like that they seemingly never win.
So are you saying they're the most legit? Because it is interesting. They spend more and get less than any other university. It seems like, Connor, no SEC titles, no trips to Atlanta, maybe Mike Elko is the right guy.
He might be. I mean, that was their first win against an AP Top 25 team on the road since 2014. This is a program that, for all the talk about, the failed expectations, the stat that really conveys that the most is, they get 110,000 people showing up, and it doesn't even matter that they have not played in a conference title game in the 21st century. I mean, that's just unheard of to have that type of track record to where they are just always bracing for disappointment. And maybe disappointment will still come, but I think we've now changed the expectation for them where it would be disappointing if A&M missed out on the college football playoff this year. When you've got that Notre Dame win in your back pocket and you've gotten off to this start with so much offensive promise that we've already seen, I think to me that shows that they could be a team that's taking that next step. And Mike Elko, just a darn good football coach, just a darn good football coach. People mocked it after the Jimbo Fisher firing $76 million. You hire the guy that used to be your DC, who wasn't necessarily the splashy guy. Might have just been the right guy, and we could look back on that hire and say, wow, that really changed the trajectory of that program.
Now, Connor, something tells me by the end of the season that Miami's going to exercise its demons and have to face Georgia Tech at the end. I don't want to see Georgia Tech, to be quite honest with you.
The mighty Haynes
Right?
King.
Look, I don't blame you. Haynes King, and this is what I was wondering about as that was playing out on Saturday with Clemson and Georgia Tech. Was there anybody besides Dabo Swinney who would have wanted Cade Klubnik over Haynes King? Nobody. Everybody wanted Haynes King in those moments because you just know that guy's going to get the big-time conversion. That guy is going to be so difficult to slow down the stretch. You watch what he did against Colorado in the opener. He just, even if he doesn't have the best start in the game, he's just going to find a way. And sometimes these guys who are 24 and 25 years old who just don't flinch, they're the guys that you want to go into battle with. And Brenke wants to go into battle every single time with Haynes King. I don't blame you whatsoever. I'd be terrified of that matchup. Georgia Tech, look, as much as we want to talk about Haynes King, so many other things working in their favor that just kind of lends you to believe that they're always going to have a chance in that big-time matchup.
You got to give Brent Key a hell of a lot of credit because he's done some good things up there. He may be strolling the sidelines in Gainesville when it's all said and done. We don't know.
Could be.
All right, Connor, he may, and I can't wait for you to write that column whenever they do dispatch Billy Vanilli. Listen, man, we appreciate it. As always, Connor O'Gara, find him on X, find him at Saturday Down South, and definitely check out his podcast. Thanks, dude.
Gentlemen, appreciate it.
All right. So, yeah, Key will be a consideration if Florida dumps Billy Napier.
I don't blame you.
And just see where he goes. That's for sure. All right. So don't forget, you can definitely check out all that he's got going on. We're hanging out here at Lifetime Flooring. Love all of our fans dropping on by. But, JJ, in the 1010XL world, it's vast, okay? So not only people here can sign up and win AEW tickets, you've got more tickets to give away.
Yeah, I have a family 4-pack of tickets to Sporting Jacks versus Kansas City at Hodges Stadium. That is 7:30 this weekend. Also, there's a note that says $1 beers at the game, and that really let's just say it caught my attention. So be caller number 4 right now at 641-1010, and you can enjoy some soccer and dollar beers.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford. 1010XL is your home for play-by-play on Bishop Kenny football.
The Crusaders go fishing for barracudas at Beachside. Thursday night at 7 on 92.5 FM. Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm dedicated to helping businesses manage risk, maximize opportunities, and move their company forward. Jimerson Burr attorneys are business-oriented lawyers, equally comfortable as community leaders, private transaction counselors, or courtroom advocates. If you have a legal issue of any kind affecting your business, contact the firm at 389-0050 or jimersonfirm.com.
When it comes to glass, you don't want average. You want flawless. Duval Glass and Mirror has transformed homes and businesses across Jacksonville for over 35 years. Frameless showers that wow. Mirrors cut exactly to your style. Fogged or broken glass replaced. Decorative tabletops. Windows replaced or repaired to stand up to Florida storms. All backed by a 100% guarantee. Visit DuvalGlass.com for your free quote. There's only one name for glass and mirror around these parts. It's Duval.
This is Jennifer Marion at Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard in Jacksonville, and now's the time to drive away in luxury.
That's right, Jennifer. The $7,500 tax credit ends this month. It's your last month to take advantage of this incredible opportunity.
At Randy Marion Cadillac, drive the all-new electric Optique, Lyric, and Vistique. They are all in stock and ready to drive today.
See all of our inventory at Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville.com or visit us on Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville.
And don't forget, tell them Jennifer sent you.
Looking for your new favorite hangout this football season? Try Voodoo Brewing Company in the heart of San Marco. Locally owned and community focused, Voodoo Brewing serves up award-winning beers, scratch-made upscale pub fare, and laid-back vibes where everyone's welcome. For live music, trivia nights, and all the football action this season, make Voodoo Brewing Company Jacksonville your new favorite spot on San Marco Square.
Jacksonville is my hometown and nobody knows roofing like me. I'm Ronnie, the owner of Brandon Roofing. We handle everything from repairs to full roof replacements, start to finish. We give honest quotes, use quality materials, and clean up like we were never there. We all look at Google reviews, so go ahead and check out ours. We're proud of all our 5-star ratings. I would say we treat you like family, but some people don't like theirs. Go to brandonroofing.com today to schedule your free roof quote.
License number CCC 13280006.
Game days aren't the only win happening in the 904. Best of Bold City named 904 Gutters with a Z, the #1 seamless gutter company in Duval. Like the team's O-line protects their QB. Call the winning team at 904 Gutters with a Z to protect your home from the rain.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler with a beautiful selection of fine jewelry and certified diamonds. But we're also Jacksonville's leading buyer of gold, silver, and diamonds from the public. Gold has recently hit an all-time high at over $3,600 per ounce. Pay bills, buy something fun. Now is the time to sell your gold for cash and get top dollar, or trade it in for a new piece and get even more value at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
Enjoy barbecue, live music, and auctions at the Boys and Girls Clubs of Northeast Florida's 4th annual Sizzlin' Soiree, presented by Dunkin' Donuts, October 2nd at the Fountain of Youth in St. Augustine. Get tickets at bgcnf.org.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative, letting you know that Hardball now offers web stores, so your employees can order their own branded gear, and you have more time for Wordle. Check it out at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all. The Edwin Watts Golf Hour will meet you at the green.
Blue skies, fresh cut grass, birds chirping.
The Edwin Watts Golf Hour.
Grip it and rip it.
Get tips, tour notes, and the latest gear Saturday mornings at 10 on 1010XL. 1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. The XL Primetime High School Hit. Brought to you by I9 Sports. Log on to i9sports.com and get your kid in the game.
All right, you know that we have got plenty of big ball. We've been talking about the college, the NFL, but high school, it is front and center starting tonight. Let's say hello to our man from Channel 4.
Now, another great guest on the Checkmate Coatings phone line.
Hello.
Your floor's missing piece.
Justin Barney, and I know you know this, Big Sirs, he and Hacker have teamed up for more Friday night high school coverage on the stream on 1010XL and on newsforjacks.com. Justin Barney joins us now. Jay Barn, how you doing, bud?
Not too bad, man. Always enjoy talking with Hacker on Friday nights and with you guys during the week.
Absolutely. There are big ball games, man, starting tonight, but we're going to get to the bigs, and you let us know kind of what direction we should head in. But St. Augustine and Nice, along with you got Bowles and Oakleaf, you've got a handful of really big ball games coming up here between tonight and tomorrow night's action.
Yeah, I think one of the best weeks, if not the best week of the season, is Friday night. A lot of good games in a lot of areas, too. We have one in St. Johns County, one in Clay County, a huge one in Nassau County between Yulee and West Nassau. So a lot of good football. A lot of teams off this week, but, man, the games we do have going are some headliners, some big ones on Friday night.
Okay, so the stakes are getting higher. As you said, we're going into district races. We got to obviously take a look at the playoff contending teams, and district isn't necessarily the most important thing schedule-wise, but IMG comes in to take on Mandarin, and you're talking about two perfect teams. IMG's only played a couple. Mandarin's 4-0. What about that one?
Yeah, big game, and credit to Toby Bullock and Brian Rado for scheduling that game, because that is a game you know you're probably not going to be able to hang with them all four quarters. IMG is 4-1 all-time against teams from the area, including a 49-6 win over Mandarin last season, although this Mandarin team's a little bit different than last year's. when they played. Mandarin went on the road, and just after basically a couple games after Tramel Jones was lost for the season with an injury, and you're starting a freshman in Knox Annis. So a little bit different this year. I think Mandarin is healthy going into this game. You got Bryson Wright, who's just playing on another level at this point, both offensively and defensively. Knox Annis is playing better. The ground game is going. Got a guy over there, Kyrie Wilson, who provides a little bit of a change of pace and explosiveness. So I think Mandarin is in better position this year to be able to bang with IMG. But, man, it's a tough sledding. The only team that beat them locally was Trinity Christian back in the heyday when they had like Isaiah Ford and Kevin Tolliver and those guys. So it's a tall task for Mandarin on Friday night, but a chance for fans to go out and see some good football players, not only at Mandarin, but with the IMG coming to town.
Yeah, we're talking with Justin Barney from Channel 4 News for Jacks.com/sports and at Justin Barney TV. And I was just telling Big Sur a minute ago, IMG has kicked out more high school players than any other high school on opening day rosters for the NFL. That's how impressive they are, bro.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive, and they don't really necessarily play by the rules that the local teams do. They play with a little bit of a different the deck is stacked in their favor, should we say. But, yeah, you have kids from all around the country going there. It's a big boarding school, and, yeah, they are elite if you've not had a chance to go see them.
Well, Justin, give me some players on the First Coast that have bested playing high school football here in Jacksonville.
Man, we've got some really good ones this year. I like a kid over at Bishop Kenny, Caleb Madison, and he's a strong running back. You got a kid at Bowles, Xander Edwards, in terms of the running game. He may be in that Offensive Player of the Year conversation. TJ Cole at Raines has been phenomenal. Of course, Raines is off this week. And then Bryson Wright at Mandarin has been unbelievably good this year on both sides of the ball. We actually just did a high school football player survey that we released today over at newsforjacks.com. And we poll players before the season and get their thoughts on issues and top players and stuff in the area, and they voted Tony Williams and Sharif Jackson from Raines as the top defensive players in our area, and then Bryson Wright at Mandarin as our top offensive player in the area. So the peers have spoken, and they say those guys are the best we've got in the area.
All right, couple more, Justin Barney, as we talk high school sports, and then you can let people know how they can find you and Hack on the stream. A couple of teams that you might think of, Jay Barn, that if they don't win this weekend, they might be looking at a big uphill battle to make it to the postseason.
You know, I look at probably Bartram Trail. You're starting 0-4 just for the second time in program history, but the first time they did it actually went pretty well. They started 0-5 and they wound up running to the state semifinals years ago. So Corey Johns and company need to get back on path. They got Orange Park on Friday night, but man, if you're staring 0-5 in the face with a district schedule still to come, that's pretty challenging. So you do not want to go into that hole. You need to win out if you can. For Bartram right now, if you win out, you're looking at 6-4. But you really got to get going. Offensively, you've struggled a little bit this year, but a win on Friday night, I think, is a necessity for the Bartram Trail Bears.
All right, one more real quick. I don't believe it. I think I'm reading this correctly. The Fighting Denmarks are 4-0 up there at Baldwin, and Baker County's 1-3. Is that another good one to watch? I would feel a little desperation on the side of Baker County.
Yeah, Baker County as well is another one that's in a little bit of a tough spot. They've lost some challenging games. Got waxed by Ponte Vedra a couple weeks ago, and First Coast last week, and just not been the good start for Baker County. A little bit of a transition year over there. Coach Kennedy taking over for Kevin Mays, so they're a little bit younger down there in Glen St. Mary. But, man, how about Don Velvet and the Fighting Indians? They are off to a phenomenal start, one of their best starts in a year since I was at the Times Union. I believe Baldwin started maybe 7-0 and had a really, really good run with Screws at quarterback. And there's another Screws at quarterback this year, and he is having a great season. The offense is really cooking out there in Baldwin, and a chance for them to get to 5-0 on Friday night out there in Baldwin, which would be a great start for Don Velvet and the Indians.
Yeah, that's awesome. We'll give them some credit, that's for sure. All right, Justin, we appreciate it. You and Hack, they can find the stream starting tomorrow night.
Yeah, 7 o'clock we'll be on News for Jacks Plus, which is just over at newsforjacks.com, and we'll be on all the 1010XL social channels. So tune in one way or the other. We'll have drop-ins from our game of the week, which is Bulls at Oakleaf, and a couple more around the area. So stay connected with us on Friday night and all facet of ways out there on Friday night, lights on 4+.
All right, buddy. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon.
Take care, guys. Thanks.
All right, Justin Barney, they got it going on, and both he and Hack having a bunch of fun. We say thanks to I-9 Sports. Don't forget winter and spring registration already cranking at I-9 Sports. Just log on, i9sports.com. We're talking Duval, Clay, St. John's. They cover them all, and you can get your kids ages 3 to 17 in the game. Let's get back to the big game, Jaguars versus Texans, Big Sirs, and give them some things to think about before we are done. That's Triple TNA right here on XL Primetime as we come to you from Lifetime Flooring and Enclosures. Great to see folks drop by. Dwayne Sterator just dropped by, the head official. He just dropped by. A handful of other ones. Diehard football fans coming by Lifetime Flooring and Enclosures to say hey.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Come visit the best sports restaurant in town. That's Big Dogs in Orange Park, known for great burgers, huge wings, pizza, salads, and special nightly events like trivia and karaoke. You'll all love it at Big Dogs Restaurant in Orange Park.
Prosser here for Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Football season finally upon us, and with that comes cooler weather. If you've been wanting to upgrade your outdoor living space, you should call the experts at Lifetime Enclosures now. From glass lanais to screened-in enclosures, Lifetime Enclosures and Flooring is the best in the business, so give them a call today. Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Showroom just off Phillips Highway, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
When the unexpected happens, you shouldn't have to face it alone. I'm Chris Campione, and at Campione Law, we're here to fight for you. Whether it's an auto accident or a slip and fall, our Jacksonville team takes care of every detail, from investigating the incident to securing multi-million-dollar verdicts, so you can focus on getting better. And remember, you don't pay a dime unless we win your case. Our commitment is 24/7, bringing you the real support from real people who really care. Campione Law, your dedicated partners in justice. Visit CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione Law. Attention skilled electricians. Are you undervalued at your current company? Time to step up to the bigger projects and better opportunities. Join the team at Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering not just a job, but an experience, top-notch pay, unbeatable benefits, and the best working environments in the business. Please join the team that values your skills and rewards your hard work. Elevate your career to new heights. Apply today at millercareers.com, an equal opportunity employer.
Hi, I'm Michael from the Warren Treaty. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5 milligram, 1 milligram, and 2 milligrams.
Are you struggling with hair loss? At IHRS, we understand because we've been there too. We're dedicated to finding the best solution tailored just for you.
My hair looks great. It was thinning, and IHRS restored my hair.
It's now fuller, it's thicker, voluminous. It's made me feel great.
With the latest technology and FDA-approved laser therapy, PRP, and non-surgical hair addition, we offer guaranteed solutions for men and women.
With over 35 years of experience, IHRS found a hair restoration for us, and we can find one for you.
For me.
For me.
And me too.
Visit hairforme.com or call 904-777-IHRS. Get a free microscopic analysis and get to the root of your problem. This $395 analysis is yours for free. Call 904-777-4477 now.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you about letting things roll off of your back. So often we can make big deals out of things that are not really big deals. We can allow them to steal the joy of our day. But let me remind you that don't allow anyone or anything to steal the joy of today. Go out today not letting little things steal the big things that God has in store for you.
For more inspiration, log on to stjohnthedivine.com.
Hey, it's Brent with Arcosa Crushed Concrete. If you've got concrete or asphalt rubble on your site, let me buy it from you, and I will recycle it into construction material for your future projects. Arcosa Crushed Concrete. Get paid for what you don't need.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
Now the cool down with Donovan Air, Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since '87.
All right, my takeaway is that this Jaguars team has to take this game against the Texans personal. Hell, I'm taking it personal. You know, we haven't won 8 out of 9 times here at home against this team. Like I said earlier, got the deed to the house. We just renting.
Yeah,
you can't have that, bro. I mean, if there's any incentive to watch extra film or do an extra rep or whatever you need to do extra to make sure we come away with a victory. And not only the victory will take us to 2-1, but it'll take the Texans to 0-3.
Yeah. And,
absolutely.
And that is honestly the biggest piece of this. I'm glad you brought it up because we were talking a little bit about it earlier, but there's no question sending them into an 0-3 hole.
That's a hell of a hill to climb.
And then go up with a win over them, and you get to 2-1. Let's not forget, the Indianapolis Colts are at the top of the AFC South right now at 2-0. And it's still crazy for me to say, the Colts scored on their first 10 offensive possessions to start 2025. Did you ever think you'd say that with Danny Dime under center? AR sat down. Daniel Jones starts. They scored on all 7 possessions in the first game and then the first 3 Sunday.
You know what he's reminding me a little bit of? Danny Dimes, we call him.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold. His resurgence with the Vikings.
Yeah, in a lot of ways.
A lot of ways.
All right, so what does this say to you? Because to me, I immediately think, I thought Brian Daboll, pretty dang good offensive coach, but I don't know how good. But anyway, the ownership of the Giants had to come out and apologize to Daniel Jones, saying, you know what? And this is going back maybe 2 years ago. You know what? We haven't done a whole hell of a lot to arm this man with good players. We owe him an apology, yada, yada, yada. He plays another season. They don't make it back to the postseason. He's gone. Shane Steichen's a pretty good offensive coach, too.
He is.
And he's kind of resurrected him.
And sometimes you just need a little change of pace, bro. You know, you need to be around some good to make you feel good and play good. And I think that he's taking advantage of it, man. And now your boy, what was it, Richardson?
Yeah.
He's a little bit expendable now.
He is, and he's an expensive expendable.
Yes, he's
is what he basically is right now, because he's a guy that was drafted high, and when you're drafted high, you get paid a lot. It's still a rookie contract. They'll probably wash their hands of it, but here you are. If you look back at AR's career at the University of Florida, it totaled 13 starts. If nothing else, you had a curiosity about how good he could be. You never really truly knew how good he could be. He was an enigma, as my buddy Dicko would say, because he had 13 starts and then was drafted 4th overall. He and Mitch Trubisky are the only 2 first-rounders ever, Big, that have gone in the first round with that few college starts. And so they may just wash their hands and move on. I don't know.
I say that in the sense that he could still have a prominent career.
Yeah.
You know, maybe just, I'm not sure if a starter. Maybe he'll get another opportunity. But I told you, the backup money is still good, bro.
Oh, yeah.
So.
And by the way, I was laughing when I watched one of our Primetimers hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures earlier, and they said, Mahomes is washed, put Minshew in. They're starting to cheer for Minshew now.
Stop it.
And so he's made a great living as a backup quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
And he's the guy that occasionally will be mentioned. Hey, get Mac Jones. Look at Mac Jones out in San Francisco.
And I knew Minshew would.
Yeah,
I knew he would.
Yeah.
I knew.
And if you're not sitting down Pat Mahomes until you're gonna have to drag him off the field because that guy gives you the best chance to win. And it just seems like Kansas City has stripped away a lot of the other good that was around him. Even a Pat Mahomes has a tough time when there aren't a lot of good pieces around him. It ain't easy. It is not easy. All right, so the keys, which we will do a bunch of this tomorrow, but like you said, your pride is wounded. You haven't. All right, I'm looking at it right now, okay? Let's just take a look at this. Last year, you lose here, you lose in Houston. The year before, you lose in Houston. you win here in Jacksonville. That's the one we were talking about. Then you go back to 2023. You lose here. You actually win in Houston. But just take a look at all the W's that the Houston Texans have in this series.
Mm-hmm.
It's nuts, bro.
Yeah, they owned us.
Yeah. You can't have that.
No, you can't have that.
So you got to do something about it to see if you can right that ship and see if you can turn things around. But more than anything else, it's an important game for them to kind of make sure they're heading in the right direction. Yep. That is as simple as it gets. All right, it's a Thursday, which means we got Jaguars programming coming up at 4 o'clock. Let's say hello to the Francis Show now.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnik. Nimnik Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnik Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
The Embedded and Shredded, we talk to them once a week, and here it is on a Thursday. We're trying to figure out, Hayes, just how important it is to exit the bank with a 2-1 record. A deposit of a dub is so important on Sunday.
It's critical because of what the hole you put Houston in at 0-3 with a first-place schedule. They would be in grave danger of defending their AFC South crown for the last 2 years. And obviously, if you're the Jaguars, you're now 2 games up on them with 14 to play. That's significant. So I don't get as wrapped up in the Houston and dominance in the series and the late hit on Trevor. That's all fine if that's going to help a player with their motivation in this game. To me, what I would focus on if I was Liam Cohen is you have a chance to throw a haymaker on the team that has stolen this division from you the last 2 years. Yeah. That should be all the motivation that they need. And I think the Jaguars match up well. Houston, certainly has some excellent aspects of their team, but I also think they have some chasms. And I think those chasms, I think they really portray a great mismatch opportunity for Liam Cohen on both sides of the football. So the things that Houston doesn't do particularly well, like defend the run, like protect their quarterback, the Jaguars are doing very well. And so it'll be very disappointing if the Jaguars don't win this game. I know they're a slight favorite. I know Houston's dominated the series, but this is a manhood game for the Jaguars. And there are no excuses. Go get the win. Doesn't have to be pretty, but go get the win on Sunday. If you want to be taken seriously, this is one you have to have.
All right, that's a mic drop from Hayes Carline. Thank you, buddy. We'll be listening.
All right, thank you, guys.
All right, we got the Francis Show coming up next. We got to say thanks to everybody here at Lifetime Flooring and Enclosure. Great host, as always, and they can help you when you're hosting a big party to make your house look as good as possible. Drop on by Lifetime Flooring and Enclosures at open houses this Saturday. Don't forget, mention 1010XL. You get that extra 5%. They got great ideas inside and outside of your home. We are done. T-Champ, thanks for hanging out with us. Big Search, Joe C., JJ, we send it back to you.
XL Primetime, driven by Big Number 1 Duval Ford, the #1 place to buy your next vehicle. Number 9 opens up.